What's up, guys? Welcome back to Three Large Popcorns. This is episode 4. This is going to be our Star Wars episode. I'm super pumped. I'm Garen.
I'm Tommy.
And I am Nat. So, you guys ready to get into this? It's been kind of a wild week. Wild week. Lots of Star Wars.
Lots of Star Wars.
Lots of old memories.
Star Wars.
Lots of old memories being rehashed out for me. So,
good time, though.
Yeah. Let me pull up my notes. Sorry. I was on the wrong screen. All right. So first off, like we do every week, we're going to get into movie news / what we watched. So this week, as Garen pointed out to me before the show, Mercy came out. Are you guys planning on seeing that, or what are your thoughts?
I've heard bad things, good things. I mean, I'll catch it at some point, but I mean, it's not like super, oh my God, I got to go see that. So, I mean, but I'm here for it.
Do not plan on watching it, so.
Okay. It looks fun. I mean, like you said, I'm not like, oh my God, I need to go buy IMAX tickets right now for it, but and I thought it was on Amazon, so.
I am really anticipating Return to Silent Hill, though. I like the other two movies. A lot of people didn't like Silent Hill Revelation, but I thought it was okay too.
Yeah.
But I think that's just a cool world.
Yeah, I personally like the Silent Hill movies. I thought they were kind of fun.
Crazy. The games go hard.
So what'd you guys watch this week? Anything besides Star Wars?
I watched Weapons today.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, I watched Weapons.
That's always fun.
3 Jake Gyllenhaal movies today.
Which ones?
Just to come down off of Star Wars. So this morning I watched October Sky for the first time.
Oh, dude,
I love such an awesome movie. I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd. Was weird seeing Jake Gyllenhaal with the like Appalachian West Virginia accent, but other than that, it's a great movie, great true story. And then I watched End of Watch again. Okay. That was a rewatch. I cried again. I cry every time I watch that movie for some reason.
So good, dude.
And then I finished it up with Donnie Darko.
Ooh,
dude, Donnie Darko's a banger.
Dude, I've been itching to watch some Jake Gyllenhaal, so I've been seeing some TikTok edits and stuff, and I'm just like, let me get back down to my Jake Gyllenhaal.
Those are some heavy hitters coming off Star Wars, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Like emotional, like heavy hitters.
Well, that's the thing about Jake, man. He doesn't have a single happy role.
Yeah,
he really don't.
He doesn't.
Like every single movie, there's like some kind of weight to it, and I don't know. Like I always said before that Leo was my favorite actor of all time, but the more I watch Gyllenhaal, Jake, bro, he's insane. I think he's my favorite actor of all time. I think he surpasses Leo.
You actually said Leo was your favorite actor like 2 days ago.
I know, but now
but then he just watched those 3 movies.
Now I'm on a Jake Gyllenhaal binge, and just like the more I watch of him, fair, and dude. even his earlier stuff now, because I had never seen October Sky, but.
Dude, October Sky is insane.
I've seen Nightcrawler. It's been years since I've seen Nightcrawler, but I plan on rewatching that soon.
Dude,
I've been wanting to watch Nocturnal Animals. Have y'all seen Nocturnal Animals?
I haven't seen it, but I seen a clip on TikTok earlier, today.
It's probably one that I reposted because I saw that, and then that kind of like started this, and so I haven't seen Nocturnal Animals, but I plan on watching that. The fact that he hasn't won an Oscar it's fucking insane, dude.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Leo was like that for a while.
Yeah.
Oscars.
Till The Revenant. I think The Revenant was the only Oscar that he won.
Yeah. I don't hold a lot of weight in those.
One? He'll get something this year, though. I can feel it in my bones.
Because I'm not sure if he won an Oscar for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I know Once Upon a Time in Hollywood won an Oscar, but I can't remember what it was for. But yeah, other than the Jake Gyllenhaal binge that I'm starting now, I watched Bone Temple after we recorded last Friday. Incredible. 4.5 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd. I have them both now, 28 years later. The first one and Bone Temple both at 4.5. I was telling Nat before we started recording, if they deliver on this third movie, this will be my favorite zombie trilogy of all time. I know there's not too many zombie trilogies, but yeah, those movies are insane. Fucking
Yeah,
needle drop, bro.
so you were okay with like the whole aspect not being centered around zombies the whole time?
Yes. That was like the whole reason I liked the first one the most.
Yeah,
Or not the most, but that's the reason that I liked the first one so much, is because it had so much heart to it. And
I agree. Yeah, I agree
the whole scene
100%.
with Kelson, Spike, and his mom, like that whole sequence, I was just like encapsulated, and I'm just like, this is fucking, it's deep, it's sad, it's emotional. And I don't know, when I was walking out of the theater after watching that first one, I was just like, that's a fucking banger movie. And I loved it. I love that it's not just balls to the wall all the time craziness, and they sprinkle that shit in there at some crazy moments. But
Yeah,
when
a lot
the
of
zombies are going crazy, I think they do a good job with it. But I like the
I
fact that
agree.
there's more heart to it than just like ripping throats out and shit.
Yeah, I definitely agree because I mean the first two movies are okay, but I don't have them high like at all.
No,
I, like I think it was Isaiah. He told me that that 28 Days Later is the best zombie movie of all time, and I said, "Dude, you're crazy! Like
I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely
I
crazy,
could see how people love that movie like
hundred
unconditionally.
percent." But of all
And
time,
I
like,
love 28 Days Later, but 28
oof.
Weeks is kind of buns. I don't
See,
know.
I
I
like
have
See,
that better
these
I
than
two
like
new
Days
I
of
like
Anger.
favorites.
28 weeks.
I don't think Weeks is horrible either, but it's just, I don't know. I think Days is better than Weeks, and I think the new two that we've gotten with 28 Years Later and Bone Temple, I think both of those are better than Days and Weeks.
Agreed. 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 Agreed.
I need to rewatch 28 Years, and then I need to see Bone Temple still, obviously, before I can give that opinion. I've only seen it once, so have to rewatch.
What'd you watch this week, Nat? Other than Star Wars, nothing?
A lot of Star Wars, and obviously I was super busy at work this week thanks to the snowstorm coming, or here now. But I also watched Captain America: Civil War, which
Goaded.
I'm really enjoying my MCU rewatch. It's there for a long time. I enjoyed the Marvel movies, but they weren't like peak, oh my god, I gotta go see every single one in theaters opening night kind of thing for me. But rewatching them, I was like, oh, I really regret not going to opening night for all of these because
Oh, dude, for sure.
they're so fun. And and like we'll get into, I'm still looking for that hole in my heart that Star Wars has left. So I've filled it with Warhammer, and now probably some Marvel thrown in there too.
That's what's up.
But yeah, so you guys ready? Get into
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Let's get
So
into it.
before we get into like our reviews and all that fun stuff, let's get into just the state of Star Wars in general, right? I don't know how in tuned you guys are into all that, like the behind the scenes, drama or the online drama with Star Wars that it's always had. Have you guys ever
I
been
mean,
in?
not too much.
Not really. I just base everything off of what I see on the screen. That's it.
Really? You guys have
Yeah.
never really dug into it?
Nope. Just look at the product that they put out, and I base my judgment off of that.
It's fair.
Sometimes it's super, super high and a lot of praise, and sometimes it's really, really low.
Yeah.
And I fucking
So when did you get into Star Wars? Like as a kid, or were you an adult
as
before
a kid?
you got it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I remember I was. When did Revenge of the Sith come out? Wasn't it like 2004 or 5?
2005.
So yeah, me and my dad went and seen Revenge of the Sith in the theaters, and that was the first one I ever watched. So it's I've loved it ever since. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah. So I remember the first time I watched Star Wars. I couldn't tell you what year it was. I was a little kid, and I remember me and my dad were in the grocery store or Walmart, and we were walking around, and the VHS set was sitting there, and I saw Darth Vader's head, or the helmet. And I was like, Dad, what is that? And he was like, oh, we're going to watch it tonight. You'll see what it is. And I'm like, all right. So we watched A New Hope, and it was like 8:00 at night or whatever. By the time we'd eaten dinner and all that stuff. So we watched it, and I was like, that was incredible. And he's like, yeah, there's 2 more. I was like, what? And so we watched Empire and Return of the Jedi all night, and I got to skip school the next day. I was like elementary school. But
Oh,
That's awesome.
so that was my first Star Wars experience. And then immediately I was like, I didn't even know this exists. I was probably like 7 or 8. So, but I was like, I didn't even know this existed. And so he took, when we went back to like Walmart and Kmart and Target back in the day, like every time there was a Star Wars toy, I was like, I need that. I need that. I need that. I need that. And I had all the Power of the Force toys. If you remember those, the 90s, where they're like ripped out. Like,
I never
have you
had
seen that?
any of them.
You never had any of them?
No,
I wish I had
I do
some.
remember. I do remember them. Like I've seen them like on eBay and stuff like that.
Yeah,
All
dude,
of
they were
those
just
fucking awesome.
they were ridiculous. Like Luke Skywalker looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger, dude. He was just ripped out. It was super fun, but it was fun because they had all the big, you know, I think they were, what were they, 6-inch figures, and they
Yeah,
had all the big vehicles that you could. So I had like the big AT-AT, like it was huge, dude. I had like the Millennium Falcon, X-wing, TIE Fighter, all that stuff, like the big versions. It was so fun.
that's awesome.
Just always playing that. Yeah, so that was like my first experience. And then what was super cool is my stepbrother. He was in high school when I was in, gosh, this would have been, well, let's see, when did was it 95 when Phantom came out, right?
99.
99. That's what it was. So I was in, I don't remember. It was like junior high or something. But anyway, my older brother, he had all the Legends novels, and he was like he was an artist. That's what he does now. Like he drew comic books at Marvel and stuff, and now he does his own thing. But he was a big time artist. So, and I hated reading, so he would read all the Legends books, and dude, he would literally draw comics like from what he read for me to read from Legends. So
that's sick.
I would just read these like sweet comics that he would draw himself and how he pictured everything from reading the books. Dude, it was so awesome. And then that was my lore growing up, was the Legends. And then we got the prequels. And of course we went opening night and it was epic. But so yeah, I've been ingrained hardcore Star Wars for a long time until recently.
Yeah, I got a couple buddies at work that know a lot of the lore. But that's the thing. I haven't seen any of the shows. I've only seen like 3 seasons of the Clone Wars. So like I know there's a lot of like Star Wars lore that I don't know anything about. So I would like to eventually explore.
Yeah, it depends. Like if you want to go into canon stuff now, because Disney nuked all the Legends stuff, they called it Legends now. So if you want to read that stuff, you can, but it's not technically canon anymore. Or you can read all the new stuff that's not as good, in my opinion. But some of it's okay. When Disney first bought Star Wars, I read like everything that was all the new stuff that was coming out, because I was like, okay, I got to figure out this new canon. How good is it going to be? Blah, blah, blah. And it was pretty good. Like I think one of the first books they did, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was like a prequel book to Rogue One. And that one was pretty solid.
Hell yeah.
I'd have to look it up. I can't remember the name of it right now. So they started off strong, but
I think my first recollection of Star Wars was actually the video games. I remember playing those with my cousin on like OG Xbox, and this would have probably been like early 2000s, right around the time Attack of the Clones was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But the first movie I ever remember seeing was Phantom Menace, and then I watched Attack of the Clones, and then I watched Revenge of the Sith in theaters when it came out. But the video games was the first recollection that I have of Star Wars.
Dude, games were fun, bro. I even played the Lego one. I even fucked with the Lego one.
I wish I would. I've never gotten into the Lego games. I'm probably going to get that Lego Batman game that's coming out, though. That thing looks sick. But best.
Yeah, the Lego like Skywalker saga is pretty fun. I played that before I sold my PC and everything. That shit was fun to run through all those.
Dude, my favorite was two of them were N64 games, was Shadows of the Empire and Rogue Squadron. Did you guys play those?
I think I played Rogue Squadron before.
Dude, Rogue Squadron's it's so fun. But yeah, those were epic games. And then if you really want to get in, like if you want to completely nerd out, go play Knights of the Old Republic. That's probably the best Star Wars game ever made.
Yeah, I never played that one.
If you like RPGs, it's Old Republic. It's like thousands and thousands of years before the original trilogy.
Yeah, I mostly grew up with like the Battlefronts and stuff. Those were always fun.
Those were good too, man.
But yeah, before I sold my PC, playing like Battlefront 2, and that game's like died out, but it was still fun when I was playing it.
Battlefront games were the original ones were really fun. The new ones, the first one was good. The second one kind of died like immediately when it came out, and there was like a big resurgence a couple months ago. A bunch of people jumped back on because they fixed a bunch of stuff, and there were rumors of the third one was coming out. So that one was fun after they fixed a bunch of stuff. But yeah. So yeah, do you guys have any, before we get into our rankings again, what is your feeling on the current state of Star Wars? Do you think it's in a golden era, like we've never been better? It's okay, you'll watch it, but you're not super impressed, or my God, it's ruined and Disney destroyed Star Wars?
I ain't gonna say it's ruined. And I seen that Maul Shadow Lord trailer earlier. Dude, that shit looks crazy. So I'm super excited for that. But I mean, I think they're gonna have a lot to prove for sure. But we'll see. I'm here for it.
Yeah, we'll have to see how things swing now with what's her name, Kathleen Kennedy being gone. With her being gone, and it kind of, I feel like it's in some kind of swing right now. So we have to kind of see what's going to be put out. But I think it's just in an okay state. I know we'll get into the rankings and stuff, obviously, but I do want to say that I think the sequels get a little bit too much hate.
Really?
7, 8, yeah, 7, 8, 9.
One of them.
So I know we're about to get into it, but I just want to throw that out there.
Hey, Garen, will you move to your left just a little bit? I feel like you're getting cut.
Left?
Yeah, you're getting cut a little bit off. There you go. Perfect. Sorry. I was like, oh no, I'm only seeing half Karen right now. But yeah, I think, it's my personal opinion, I think Star Wars is dead. And almost, if they don't course correct now, like, I mean, right, like if this Mando Grogu movie coming out this year isn't just
huge flop or something.
Well, no, it's got to be great. Like season 2 of Mando, great, where everyone like but it has to be universally great. Like all fans, like sequel fans, prequel fans, OG fans, all have to be like, okay, this was good. This is a good start. Right. We can go from here, and we have faith again. If it's not, I think that it's in trouble. I think if it flops at the theaters, that's all you're going to see on, social media is Star Wars.
Star Wars is
had
dead.
A massive box office flop. All their shows have been not doing super great. Some of them have been okay.
Yeah.
And I think if they're not careful in 10, 15 years, they're going to be about as relevant as Star Trek is right now. I think they are in danger. They are in danger of, which is insane to me. If you would have asked me that 10 years ago, or even after like The Last Jedi came out, if you told me that, I would have been like, yeah, right. There's no way. Like, yeah, people have their opinions of The Last Jedi, but they're going to get better. But now you couldn't. I mean, it sucks. It sucks. Like I went through a pouty, like little child temper tantrum about 3 years ago on Star Wars, and I was like, I'm getting rid of all my stuff. I sold almost all, like what I have over here, if you can even see it right now, is all I have left in my physical media. And I sold all of my I had $20,000 worth of vintage Star Wars figures that I had collected over the years, sold all that. Like I just dumped it all. and I've even worked for Ian McDermott, if you don't know who he is, it's Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
Daniel Logan. He does the voice for Boba Fett in the cartoons and stuff. Like I've met and worked for several of the actors, and just like 3 years ago, I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm writing the whole thing off. I'm done with Star Wars. And it even pissed me off to read anything about Star Wars. I don't know why. I was super pissy about it. So I was a little nervous to do this episode, but I've had all week to stew on it, and I feel better about it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. All right. You guys ready for rankings?
Yeah, let's do it. Are we doing the movies first?
I think we should do movies first so we can continue complaining or vice versa or whatever we want to do.
I'm here for it.
All right. Well, I think I can't even remember what order we know. Garen, you usually go first, right?
I did last episode.
Okay. Let Tommy, you go first, then Garen, I'll go last.
All right. Star Wars movies ranked. I think we all it's 11 movies, right?
Yeah.
Just make sure we're all on the same page. Okay.
Yeah, I did not, in our, just FYI to the audience, we did not include the Clone Wars movie, even though it came out theatrically.
Yeah.
But it's animated, so we didn't count it.
So live actions and stuff. All right. Coming in at dead last of Star Wars movies ranked, I have Solo. Star Wars story. First, I should have said before, I personally don't think that there is an absolutely horrible Star Wars movie, like unwatchable. Like, I love the entire franchise and I love encapsulating myself into the Star Wars world. So I should have said that before, but
man,
Solo,
2 hot takes back to back just now.
Solo at dead last. I feel like it was a little bit unnecessary. It's weird seeing anybody else other than Harrison Ford play Solo, even though I do love that actor and I think he did a great job. He's also in Weapons, which is cool.
Yeah.
He plays the police officer, so that's cool.
Yep.
Coming in at 10, I have The Last Jedi from 2017, episode 8. I just feel like the whole time they're just running for their lives, the rebellion. They're just running for their lives from
That's awesome.
Kylo and them. They're just chasing them, and I'm just like, they did my boy Luke dirty. Coming in at 9, I have The Force Awakens. I think that is one of the more rewatchable ones of the sequels, but still down there. I have all the sequels low. And to continue that, at number 8, I have The Rise of Skywalker. That is my favorite out of the sequels. And just a quick note, I do think the sequels, 7, 8, 9, are the best looking Star Wars movies, just from a cinematic standpoint. So if you are looking to not critique Star Wars and you just love Star Wars and you just want to have something on that looks great, 7, 8, 9, you can watch them all day long. But if you're a real big Star Wars head, yeah, you're not going to like them. Coming in at number 7, I have Return of the Jedi, which is episode 6, 1983. Coming in at number 6, I have Attack of the Clones. Just with the age that I am and growing up, I grew up with the prequels, so I love the prequels. Continuing at number 5, I have A New Hope. I love the OG movies, but I do think they are aging pretty badly. Just like, I'm a big practical effects guy, but the OG movies do not hold up very well, in my opinion. They definitely look like they were made in the 70s and 80s. I'll just say that. So that was 5. At 4, I have The Phantom Menace. It's awesome. Number 3, I have Empire Strikes Back. It's my favorite of the OGs. So much happens in that movie, and it's incredible. Coming in at number 2, I have Rogue One. It looks incredible. I'll just say that because it's a newer movie, but it's also the story that we didn't know that we needed. If they didn't make Rogue One, Star Wars would still be incredible as a franchise. But the fact that they did go back and they did make this story, or not make it, but tell it, I'm just glad that they did. The characters are all lovable. They go into the details of why the Death Star has a weak point, the whole backstory with her and her dad. It's just, I love it. I think it's fucking peak. We get the Darth Vader scene at the very end, which is right before New Hope starts.
Yep.
It's fucking peak cinema. And then coming in at number 1, the movie that I love the most is Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3. I mean, everything happens in that movie. So many great fights, so many great characters. You get Order 66, which is, a huge turning point of this entire story. Revenge of the Sith is absolutely peak Star Wars. People hate on Hayden Christensen's acting. I love Hayden Christensen. I love almost every movie I've seen him in. Takers, Jumper. I think he's great. I think he's a great actor. Line delivery, maybe not the best, but yeah, Revenge of the Sith at 1. Solo, dead fucking last. That is my Star Wars movies ranked.
That's crazy, dude. It's Rogue One was definitely, because when they announced those movies at Star Wars and that was I went to all those Star Wars celebrations back in the day. But yeah, they announced like Rogue One and Solo at Star Wars Celebration, and at first I was kind of like, do we need a Solo standalone movie, like especially with not Harrison Ford? Do we need Rogue One? Like, the only thing, I have to look it up. Who directed Rogue One? Do you know off the top of your head?
I can tell
Not
you
off the top of my head, but
seconds.
it's right.
Gareth Edwards.
So he
did Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah. There was somebody attached to Rogue One, and I can't remember if it was like a writer or what the deal was, but they helped with like Black Hawk Down and a couple other things. And so he kept saying he wanted it like a gritty war movie when he was describing it at Star Wars Celebration. And I was like, okay, I'm a little more into it now. And nobody knew about the Vader scene.
Yeah.
So I think if he would have just told us that, everyone would have been like, okay, yeah, we're ready. But I think it was cooler that we all saw it in theater, like, holy shit.
That he kept it in silence. That's kind of cool. That scene's so fucking good, bro.
Dude, it's so good.
That makes the whole movie, I think.
Dude, I might say that may be the best Vader scene out of all the Star Wars movies.
You get easy argument, I think.
I mean, it's close.
Just the fucking aura coming off that scene, bro. When the saber first starts up, you're just like, oh shit. And then he just gets down. He just gets to work.
Yep. It's awesome. All right,
well, how do we think about my list, though, real quick?
I mean,
I think Solo is so low, dude. I love Solo.
That is crazy low.
I thought it was so good. It
like
had
I said,
a couple issues, but damn, man, dead last. That is crazy to me. Crazy to me.
I could think of a couple movies I would put below that for sure.
I think the sequels get too much fucking hate, bro. Everybody loves to rip on them, but with just watching them, rewatching them, I feel like a lot of people haven't rewatched them, and it's the people that have only watched them the one time when they first came out or something, and they ripped them to shreds. I'm telling you, on rewatch, they're better. If you look for less critiques and you just love Star Wars, I think that they're great movies to just put on.
I'll respectfully disagree
That's
with you on
my hill
that.
I'll fucking die on, brother.
I will respectfully disagree.
All right, let's hear it, Garen.
You're about to hate my list, dude. I'm telling you right now.
So if you got Revenge of the Sith lower than 6 or something, I'm gonna be pissed.
He's gonna have Revenge of the Sith last. This is his Dark Knight take right here.
Hold on, man. Listen, so I got The Last Jedi in dead last place. The only thing going for that movie is the visuals. That's literally it. The characters sucked in this one. The story sucked in this one. Any kind of battles or anything like that sucked. Trash. I hated it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. Next, I got The Rise of Skywalker. That's almost worse. It's almost just as bad. The ending, the final act saved that movie from being last. That was the only. I mean, yes, I think it's stupid that they brought back Palpatine, uh, whatever, but I didn't care for it. Next, I got Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones used to be my least favorite. The dialogue is so cheesy and just so goofy. Like, I can't take him serious. Like, every time he tells Padme, I killed them. I killed them all. I fucking start laughing. I start laughing. It's funny. Now the final act is cool. The whole Clone War stuff is awesome. I think the Count Dooku and Anakin and Obi-Wan, the first saber duel that they have, I think is kind of weak. Uh, Next up, I got Rogue One. I,
Oh
What?
my
these
god!
listen, these 8 right here, I love these. Like, these are all 4 stars and above. Okay, so I'm not hating on them.
Maybe the only
The
one
other
with a
ones
sane
just
take this time.
I think the one thing that saves Rogue One is that Darth Vader scene. The characters are cool. I enjoyed the characters and all that, but the one thing that pulled me was that Darth Vader scene. Next, I got Solo. I love the origin story. I love the guy that plays Han Solo. Like you said, he's in Weapons. He's a really good actor. You get a lot of backstories with him, Mando, and my only complaint about it was you don't really get enough of Kira. That was my biggest complaint. Like, he's fallen in love with this girl, and she's like, you wouldn't feel this way about me if you knew what I'd done, knew all the things that I've done. But you never know what they are. You never figure it out. You never know anything that she did. And then you get that little sneak tease of Darth Maul, which I thought was crazy. Next up, I've got Star Wars: A New Hope.
Which number are
Awesome.
we on? My
7.
numbers are
No,
off.
6. I'm on 6.
Okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
my
I got
numbers were
New
off in
Hope.
my head.
Yeah, I got New Hope at 6. It was a great introduction to this crazy world, and you get introduced to these iconic characters. You get Luke, you get Obi Ben Kenobi, all these great characters. Darth Vader, peak. It's awesome, but like y'all have both said, you can tell that it's made from the 70s. You know what I'm saying? It's got that big nostalgia factor, and it's got a couple cool lightsaber battles and stuff like that. But you can tell it's from the 70s, and we're we were born in like the 90s and stuff. So I mean, as cool as it is, that's my number 6. 5, I have Return of the Jedi. That has one of my favorite lightsaber duels of the whole franchise. Freaking crazy. I I almost wanted to put it in the top 3, but number 4, I got The Force Awakens. That's my favorite out of the sequels. You get introduced to all these cool characters. Kylo Ren is just a menace to society. He's crazy. His lightsaber goes hard. That first that first lightsaber battle with him, Finn, which I don't really care for Finn. I'm just gonna get that out here right now. I don't really care for his character. He's okay,
Yeah.
but he's definitely one of the least memorable characters. But I love The Force Awakens. And when I rewatched it, dude, I was locked in. I was glued the whole time. 3, I have The Phantom Menace. You get Duel of the Fates. You get Qui-Gon Jinn. You get Darth Maul. You get the iconic lightsaber duel with Obi-Wan, Anakin, or not Anakin, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Darth Maul, which I think is freaking insane. And I think it gets too much hate. I think Phantom
Pod
Menace gets a
racing.
lot of hate. And it was a whole lot lower on my list. My list has changed so much this week. It's not even like I've literally moved my list around so much. Uh, 2, I have Empire Strikes Back. It's it's peak. It's definitely the best of the original trilogy. Luke finds out that Darth Vader's his father. you get that whole scene, and it's just peak. And then number one is obviously Revenge of the Sith. Dude, the best battles, the best everything is in Revenge of the Sith. Like there's that's a 5 out of 5 movie right there. That's in my top, probably in my top 10 to 15 favorite movies of all time. It was the first one I ever seen. I got to see it with my dad. We watched it over and over and over again whenever it came out on DVD.
Heck yeah.
Dude, I've probably seen Revenge of the Sith 150 times. You get the battle at what's the island called? What's the planet called? I
The
can't
final
think
battle?
of what it's called. Yeah. Can't think
Mustafar.
of what it's called. But yeah,
Mustafar.
y'all already know what I'm talking about. And then if you don't cry whenever that whole little speech at the very end after he chops his legs off, if you don't cry, there's something wrong. Because it gets me every single time, dude.
You don't have a
Every
soul.
single time it gets me. But yeah,
it doesn't make me cry because I've seen it so many times.
I think the people that don't cry are only children. They don't have siblings, so they didn't know. They don't get that.
It gets me. It gets me every single time.
You are my brother. Well, that's fucking crazy list.
Good ranking, man.
Absolutely fucking horrible.
You guys got some pretty interesting Star Wars takes.
Bro, Force Awakens over Rogue One is like, that's criminal. And like 10 movies over Rogue One, not even like close.
Not even close. That is
7.
Not 10 movies. That's an exaggeration, but
that is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. So
I like Rogue One. I don't have.
I just want to.
Hey, don't reel back now.
I just want to put this out here for the people watching, because I'm about to tear some shit apart, and I want you to know that I gave it all a legitimate chance, and that I was all very excited at the beginning. Here's me, Star Wars Celebration Orlando. Yeah. This was the celebration right after Rise of Skywalker, or sorry, right before Return. This is where The Last Jedi was like announced, and like here's me with Rian Johnson, like he's signing our badges. So I legitimately, I saw the trailer before anyone else in the world. I was like 20 feet from the crew, not 20 feet, but
yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Like I was right there. Like I was in it. I saw the trailer live with all when it dropped. Like, so I just want to preface that before I tear this shit apart. So
I'm here for it.
You ready for my list?
Let's hear
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, number 11. The Last Jedi. That movie. So I just I don't know how to say this nicely. So The Force Awakens, I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but it was the new Star Wars, right? Everyone was super stoked. Like even the people that absolutely hate that movie, when they came out of the theaters, they were still a little jacked. Like, yeah, we got Star Wars back, you know? And the whole thing with everyone was like, oh, it's just an exact rehash of A New Hope and blah, 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 blah. I liked it. I was pretty pumped afterwards. I was like, okay, we got some cool new characters. Where are we going with this? Like, well, we got to find Luke Skywalker. What's he up to? You know what I mean? Like, that was the whole, I don't know. I was pretty excited for it. And then The Last Jedi, like, I mean, Rian Johnson just took that entire storyline and said, fuck that. I'm doing my own thing. I'm going to kill Snoke. I'm going to do all that. Like, who cares about the Knights of Ren? We're not even going to talk about them. We're going to do all this stuff. We're going to make Luke look like a little pussy. Like, I'm just like, what is happening right now? Like, if you would have seen, like, because I have a group of bros that we all went and watched these movies together with, right? And we went to celebrations with and all that stuff. You should have seen us in the theater. Like, my movie theater, the people's reaction to the scenes from in The Last Jedi, people were like audibly like gasping and like, holy shit, what is fucking happening to Star Wars right now? It was bad, dude. Like, it was not a great experience. But yeah,
like
so that's number
atomic bomb just blowing up
Star
Wars.
Yeah, I was
right
like,
in front of
what?
Your face.
Yeah, I was like, what just happened? Like, I couldn't even fathom. I rewatched it in theaters because I was like, I don't believe like my
That
brain
just happened.
Yeah. And I was even more upset the second time. So number 10, The Rise of Skywalker. They basically just tried to undo all the crap that they did in The Last Jedi, but did it poorly. And they were just like, we don't, and they've admitted, like, all the actors have admitted it. J.J. Abrams admitted it. Kathleen Kennedy, they've all admitted it. They did not have a plan for those movies. J.J. Abrams did not have a plan for 2 and 3. Like, they just wrote the first movie. And he's like, all right, someone else can deal with it now. And then Rian Johnson was like, I'm going to do my own thing with this. And then they were like, oh, God, everyone hates it. We need to bring in JJ to wrap this up. And so JJ just did what he thought, what do I do to kind of poke at The Last Jedi? I'll bring Palpatine back for no fucking reason at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just was an unplanned mess. And recently, Mark Hamill just came out like last week or the week before, and he was very upset during this filming process that the original trio never got to be on scene together because Carrie Fisher died right before The Force Awakens, right before The Last Jedi came out. Like, she'd already filmed her scenes, but she passed away. And they were like, why were we not all on camera at the same time together? Like, that was a no-brainer layup for Disney. Like, oh, hey, let's get the original 3 in the same room together. Like, that would make everyone happy.
Yeah.
And they just completely fumbled it. Like, what are you doing, Disney? Like, that's so stupid. Anyway, all right. Number 9, Attack of the Clones. That movie, it's got some great scenes, but it's boring, dude.
My heart.
Like, the dialogue is cheesy. Like,
my heart.
It's like when I'm a Hayden Christensen defender, but when they talk about Attack of the Clones, I'm like, yeah, you're right. He kind of sucks in that movie. Like, the dialogue is not good in that movie. It's not good.
It's not at all.
Yeah. Like the Geonosis battle, like the kickoff of the Clone Wars, epic. But it's kind of pretty lame. The rest of the
Fighting
movie.
in the Coliseum.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's badass.
All right, number 8, I have The Force Awakens. Like I said, I enjoyed it when it came out, and I still rank it above those other three movies I just mentioned. I think they could have done something really cool with that movie, or the other 2 movies, based off what they had done in The Force Awakens. Number 7, I have Solo. I don't hate that movie as much as a lot of people. I will say I did not go see it in theaters because I was pissed off from The Last Jedi, which I think most people were. That's why it's the only Star Wars bomb in theaters, because it came out 6 months after The Last Jedi. Like, first off, why would you put them that close together? Right. And I think if Solo would have came out, if they would have done, The Force Awakens, Solo, then The Last Jedi, and then maybe another like Rogue One, and then, you know what I mean? Like, if they would have done it that way, I think it would have not bombed for sure. But yeah, it's not bad. I enjoyed it. I think they could have. I'm still surprised they never did a live action Disney Plus spinoff of it, though, because they definitely could have done Maul running the Syndicate and all that stuff, like from the Clone Wars and everything. Dude. That would have been really cool. Like, this whole Maul show that's getting ready to come out, I'm pretty sure is all about him running the Syndicate and all that stuff. So, like, they could have just done that live action back then and it would have been fine. I'm not upset at Solo, but it's my number 7. Number 6, I have Rogue One. Probably the best. Oh, it is the best live action Disney made, and it's probably the best thing Disney's made. That Vader scene, like we talked about, is just peak Vader, and gotta love my Vader. Number 5, Phantom Menace. Love. I don't know how you guys don't like Phantom Menace out there. I love Phantom Menace. I think it's fun. The pod racing, super fun. Yeah, Jar Jar's super annoying, but
I love Jar Jar.
I didn't care, dude. I didn't care. Like, I was there opening night dressed up like a Jedi, like all the other nerds, standing in line for hours waiting to see that movie, and it was so hype. Like, Star Wars was back, man. It was so fun. Number 4, I have A New Hope. I think it's definitely the weakest of the original, but it's probably the second. Well, I'll say it's the third most watched movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Like I do like A New Hope. Number 3, I have Empire Strikes Back. I think it's the slowest of the original. Honestly, like it can get a little boring. It's definitely one of my background movies. But we got introduced to probably one of the best characters of all time, is Boba Fett. Just who would have thought that dude would have been so popular with like 10 seconds of screen time?
Right.
All right. Number 2, Revenge of the Sith. Love that movie. By far could easily be number 1. But my number 1 is Return of the Jedi, which some people are going to be like, well, what are you talking about? And a lot of old heads like me think that's probably one of the worst movies. People hate the Ewoks and stuff. I actually love it. I love the whole indoor battle. I love the Ewoks.
Sure.
I love all that stuff. But I dude, and you'll see where it ranks in my lightsaber duels, but that fight between Vader and Luke, the green lightsaber in the dark, when he's like talking about Leia and he's like, oh man, that's peak. And we get Vader redemption, man. Luke was the only way for him to get redeemed. Gotta love it for that. Yeah, that's my movies ranked. What do you think? Any hot takes? You think
I think Return of the Jedi at 1 is a hot take. The only reason I had Return of the Jedi so low is because the opening scene, the whole Jabba the Hutt scene, it's 35 minutes long.
Yeah, it's badass.
35 minutes of them going through it. And I was just like, why is this so fucking long? This could have been like, I don't know, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and it's a quarter of the movie. And I was just like, I don't know. I had to pause it, and I was like, why is this so fucking long? And then you have, Luke flying to Dagobah to return to Yoda. And I'm just like, this all could have been a lot shorter, but that was my only knock with the Return of the Jedi, was that just like felt prolonged.
I'm sorry you didn't like seeing Slave Leia that long. My apologies.
Well, if you saw my review on Letterboxd, you know that I enjoyed that, but no, I don't know. It just felt so long.
Yeah, that's fair. I just love I don't know. I don't think
and
there's
my
a
list
bad
changed.
part.
Like Garen said, my list changed a whole lot before, with this rewatch of all of them. So
it's kind of funny. I thought my list was gonna change after rewatching everything this week, and it
You're like,
really,
nope. That's
it
how
really.
I
think maybe Solo and The Force Awakens are probably the only ones that really changed. But because I think at one point I did have The Force Awakens higher. Like I had it at number 7 and Solo at number 8, but
I wanted to put Attack of the Clones higher.
On my list.
And y'all both.
That's so wild, dude.
We get Dooku against Obi-Wan and
there were some great scenes.
Anakin. And then after
you
that,
also get that in Revenge of the Sith, which does it 10 times better.
But Attack of the Clones came out before, and following up to that, you get Yoda versus Dooku, and that's the first time Yoda shows any kind of athletic ability. And the first time I watched that, you're just like, what the absolute fuck is going on? Because he's just like, and it's just it's insane. And then they go force for force, and it's just, I love the Coliseum scene where the Jedi gets surrounded by the fucking droids. Mace Windu cuts off fucking Boba Fett's head, or Jango Fett's head. I'm just like, yes.
But then you also get
that's fair.
You also get the I hate sand.
Sand sucks. Who likes sand? Nobody likes sand. Sand sucks.
I mean, you do live at the beach.
Yeah. I'm sitting here 4 degrees outside, and you're over there in your 70s. Yeah, enjoy.
I could have went to the beach.
All right. What do we got next? You guys want to do characters?
Top 5 characters.
Top 5 movie characters. We'll preference that. Because that list, my top 5 characters would be completely different if it wasn't.
If you threw the animateds in there?
If I threw everything Star Wars, it would be completely different.
The shows and everything too.
Yeah. completely different.
You
All
want me
right,
to start
who
it?
wants to go? Yeah,
I'll
kick it
go.
off.
So I think the characters was the hardest ranking for me.
It definitely was the hardest
Dwindling
ranking.
down this whole universe to 5 characters, I think
Yeah.
was the hardest to rank. Coming at number 5, I have Han Solo. At 4, I have Chewie. And just to preface, that is Harrison Ford's Han Solo, not the fucking other guy. At 4, I have Chewie. At 3, I have Yoda. 2, I have Obi-Wan. And 1, I put Anakin / Vader. I'm not sure how you guys did yours, but I did
Yeah, I did the
slash.
same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Okay, cool. That's my top 5 characters. Anakin's fucking goated. Vader's obviously
Yeah,
goated.
he's the chosen one. Of course,
Yeah.
he's. All right, Garen.
Dude, my
That's a
list
solid
is
list.
so different. So
Jar Jar
5,
Binks at 2.
I've got Luke Skywalker, preferably Return of the Jedi. Luke Skywalker, peak. He reaches his depth, and it's one of the greatest characters out of that trilogy, at least. 4, I have Yoda.
That's Luke flirting with the dark side, Luke, too.
Yeah, I can agree. But 4, I have Yoda. It's a little green guy that can fuck shit up.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's really all there is to it.
Hell yeah.
3, I have Kylo Ren from Force Awakens. I'm not talking about Last Jedi. I'm not talking about Rise of Skywalker. I'm specifically talking about The Force Awakens. He's freaking crazy, dude. I seen Tommy's face. I seen it. I don't care, dude. I really
Kylo
like
Ren
him.
is a little bitch.
Yeah, in the second
Yeah,
two.
because of the last 2.
In the Last Jedi and the Force. I'm talking about specifically The Force Awakens. When he's first introduced.
Getting his ass kicked by Finn, who has never had a lightsaber. He's getting his ass kicked by Rey, who's never used the Force or held a lightsaber. He's getting his ass kicked after all this training. He's getting bitched. He's getting bitched by Snoke the whole time. He's getting bitched by all the commanders. Like, nobody respects this fucking guy. And I'm just like, nah, Kylo Ren's a little bitch. And he kills Han Solo, so fuck him.
See,
Sorry,
I thought that was actually kind of dope.
2, I have Obi-Wan Kenobi from the sequel trilogy. Or not sequels, fuck. Prequel trilogy. He's goated. He's powerful. He's strong. He's just overall awesome. He's always like the goody two shoes. I don't know. But number 1, I have Anakin Skywalker and / Vader, whatever you want to call it. Peak. I don't even think I need to explain myself for that one. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, you guys both had pretty solid lists.
I don't know, dude. I feel very hated right now.
No,
yeah, I fucking hate you.
I think if the other 2 sequel movies would have been halfway decent, Ben Solo could have been pretty epic. If they did it right, but they didn't. So right.
You really ain't gonna like my next one.
You ready for my top 5?
Let's go.
Let's hear it.
All right, number 5 is Luke, Return of the Jedi Luke, obviously. Number 4, I've got Han Solo. Number 3, I got Obi-Wan Kenobi. All Obi-Wan Kenobi. Doesn't matter. Number 2, I got Anakin Vader. Number 1, I got Palpatine. Palpatine, I would say growing up as a kid, it was definitely Vader and Anakin were my favorite. As I've gotten older, it's definitely Palpatine because now I've like reading the books and all this other stuff. It's he manipulated the entire galaxy, dude. He destroyed the Jedi Order at its peak. Like, that's a bad motherfucker right there.
That's pretty valid.
He manipulated the chosen one. Like it was nothing. He's pretty dope. Pretty dope.
That's
I feel like there's... Sorry, go ahead.
And I know Ian McDiarmid worked for him for a long time, so he's a really cool dude.
I feel like there's a lot more lore with Palpatine that we...
Dude, there's so much.
At least that I don't even know about.
There's a book. It's dude, it's so good. I want to make sure I say the title right. But I want a live action show or movie, but it's called It's called Darth Plagueis is the name of the book. You guys, and it's all about young Palpatine, and his master was Darth Plagueis. And if you didn't know, remember when Palpatine's talking to Anakin in the big theater, the whatever, he's talking about the one that could cheat death and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was his master, was Darth Plagueis.
Oh, okay.
So, dude, epic. Such a good book. And it's like, because Star Wars, I feel like to do Star Wars good, you need to have the political in there. Not like modern day politics, but Star Wars politics, right? Like you got to have that, the Senate and the Palpatine, like all that. It's you gotta have that going in the background. And dude, Palpatine was the man. Like he just manipulated everybody and got
That's
exactly
valid.
what he wanted. Except till Return of the Jedi. I don't count the Rise of Skywalker. Nope.
That's the
So
best.
stupid. Dude.
That's the best Palpatine that we get.
Oh my God. Dude.
That was a joke, everybody. That was a joke.
I swear to God, when at the end of Rise of Skywalker, when Rey's like, I'm Rey Skywalker, I literally had to keep my mouth shut in the movie theater. Lost my shit, dude. That was awful.
See, I have I guess kind of a hot take on that, but I didn't really mind it as much because, the old lady asked her, Rey who, and then she thinks about it, and then she looks to her right, and she sees, the figures of Leia and Luke. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, well, she didn't really know her parents. They were taken from her for so young, or when she was so young.
She didn't know them either. She knew them for like 2 minutes total.
No, she was like a kid when they were taken. She was like 5 or 6.
No, I'm talking about Luke and Leia.
Oh, but she trained under both of them. That's what I was getting at. It's like she trained under Leia.
For like 30 seconds. She had no training.
And then she trained with Luke on the fucking island or whatever it was. I forget where that was. But she trained under them. So I kind of look at it as they were the only parental figures that she's ever like. I'm not knocking that it was a horrible line, and they definitely should have stayed away from it.
She doesn't deserve
and
to be
she's not a Skywalker at all. But that's my only defense about it is like I feel like she looked to them as like mom and dad. And then in that moment when she sees them, she says Skywalker. Yeah, it's horrible, but then I'm like, I just went down the thought process and I'm like, well, that kind of makes sense, I guess.
But she didn't even know him long enough.
I guess. I mean,
dude,
that's my take.
Literally the only way they could excuse her being so powerful is they were like, oh, she's a Palpatine. That's the only thing that they're like, this is the only thing that'll make fans kind of happy and explain why she's so strong with no training at all. Is she's just a Palpatine. But even that was awful.
Those midichlorians, bro. They must have been high count.
I'm telling you.
Should have had Qui-Gon there to check her midichlorians.
Right before, because, okay, in my opinion, what makes Star Wars fun is the theories like that you get to do, like fan theories, like, oh my God, right before the Force Awakens and right after the Force Awakens, maybe my favorite time to have been a Star Wars fan ever. One, because I was an adult and I had adult money, but two, it was like everyone, dude. Like there was a show, I don't know if you guys ever watched it on YouTube. It was called Jedi Collider, Jedi Council. There's like a panel of these guys. Do you know? I know you guys probably know these guys. Dang it, what was Christian Harloff? Do you know him? He does like movie reviews and stuff.
No.
Okay, and then I can't remember the Canadian dude. Anyway,
probably not.
They're both big YouTube movie people. Anyway, they had this show. It used to be AMC, and then it was Collider, Bottom. Anyway, they had like this weekly show, and it was Jedi Council, and they had all these people on there. Jeremy Johns, do you know him?
Nope.
I've heard of him.
Okay.
I know Jimmy Johns.
Jimmy Johns. Okay. Well, they were all on this panel, and they would like, it was just talking Star Wars for like a couple hours, and it was theorizing, and like the fans got involved like online. Like it was just this huge community where everyone was like, oh man, what is this going to be? What is this going to be? And that's what made Star Wars fun, was like the theories. And the biggest theory coming out of The Force Awakens was that Rey was Obi-Wan's child or grandchild. And the way to explain that was if you had watched the Clone Wars cartoon, he had a little thing with a lady. I won't go into it. It's too hard to explain. But anyway, that was like the leading theory, and everyone was kind of like, hell yeah, that's dope. Like if she was an Obi-Wan, that would make sense of why she's so powerful and all that stuff.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. And I think I don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure they actually had that at one point as part of the script of, oh yeah, she's gonna be an Obi-Wan, and then changed it, and then oh yeah,
Talk about dropping the ball.
Well, I think Daisy Ridley even said she didn't even know the lineage until they filmed The Rise of Skywalker. Like JJ didn't even know. He was just like, here, you're a Palpatine.
We'll make her Palpatine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what makes me mad.
Somehow he's returned. So
I think that's what makes me the most mad is like Disney didn't even care enough to like plan out a trilogy. Like, how are you gonna buy the biggest IP of all time at the time
and not have a plan?
Have a plan?
Yeah,
that makes zero sense to me. And I know a lot.
It's all about money. It's all money.
Yeah, but you lost a lot of money too by not doing it the right way, in my opinion. But I know a lot of it falls on Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney too, because it's in a book he wrote and all this stuff. But I guess when he bought Lucasfilm from George Lucas already had the sequel trilogy written. And he was like, here you go. And part of the deal was he was going to use elements or the whole thing to do the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
And Bob Iger was like, no, we're not using any of it. Like after the deal was done and all that stuff, he just scrapped the whole thing and basically told Lucasfilm, we're not doing anything of George Lucas wanted. Like,
we're just going to do our own thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? At no point does that make any sense to me, but whatever.
Disrespect.
Well, you see what Disney puts out nowadays. So,
yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. Dave Filoni is George Lucas's protege. That's the only hope that we have, I think, that Star Wars will be okay in the future, but they've got to do it quick and they've got to come out with some bangers. I don't think Maul is enough. Like Maul's going to be probably pretty cool.
I think Jon Favreau's done a good job though.
Yeah, but he's pretty much I don't think he's doing anything after the Grogu stuff.
No, but at least we got Mando and stuff.
Yeah, I will. Besides Rogue One, I think the best thing Star Wars did was Star Wars Rebels. If you haven't seen this,
I haven't seen Rebels,
dude.
I heard it's peak animation for Star Wars.
It's peak and there's a couple scenes in that cartoon that makes me tear up pretty good. Like, yeah, it's solid. You definitely need to check it out if you haven't watched it.
Well, needless to say, I'm fucking Star Wars'd out for the foreseeable future. I'm sure you guys are
for
too.
Sure. Yeah. Have you seen Rebels, Garen?
I have not. The only animated that I've seen is the first 2 or 3 seasons of Clone Wars and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I haven't seen any other, besides the movies, I haven't seen any other Star Wars stuff.
Gotcha. Did you watch Ahsoka, Tommy?
Yeah.
Okay. Most of those characters are from Rebels.
Okay. Yeah, I thought Ahsoka was pretty good. I love that they brought back Hayden Christensen for that.
Oh, dude. The Obi-Wan show?
Yeah.
Makes me so mad.
You didn't like it?
That's my favorite show.
Some of it's good, but first off, who thought that was a good idea to make that the lowest budget of any of the shows? Acolyte had like $200 million more budget than Obi-Wan. And it was supposed to be a movie at first. Then they were like, oh, let's just make it a show. There was some really good stuff. I enjoyed both fights with Vader and Obi-Wan. Those were really good.
That last one's fucking incredible, bro.
Yeah. But like, what was her name? Rhea or whatever? The freaking Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Like the Inquisitors are dope. Like the Inquisitors, we've get introduced to them in Rebels, and they're awesome. But she did not need to be a main character in that show. Like, why? Why take that away from? You brought back Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, and this chick's the star of the show. Ridiculous. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Makes sense.
Oh my god!
What we got
See,
next? Saber fights.
That just makes me
Yep.
mad talking about it. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's
Is
do
it saber fights next?
Yeah.
saber fights or sabers, whichever one y'all want to do.
Fights.
Let's do fights. At honorable mention, I got Anakin versus the younglings.
I was gonna do that one, and my wife was like, "You can't do that one." I was like,
Gotta
"Why?"
put
She's like,
in Anakin versus the younglings, bro. That's what
Yeah.
everybody talks about.
What's we going to do?
But you don't actually get to see it, so that's why I have it as honorable mention, I guess. Nah, that's a jokey joke. Coming to number 5, I have Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace. Peak. I think all of these fights are incredible, by the way. Let me just put that out. At 4, I have Obi-Wan versus Grievous in Revenge of the Sith. I love that fight. I love when Grievous gets all 4 of the fucking sabers, and then he starts spinning them, and then they start hitting the ground and sparking and shit. I think that's so dope. And then Obi-Wan rips his fucking chest cavity open, shoots a fucking laser in there. Coming to number 3,
uncivilized.
I have Obi-Wan versus Vader in the Obi-Wan series. Just the dialogue that we get with that. The fight itself is just, it's whatever.
Mhm.
But you get Darth Vader's ripped half off helmet, and then the dialogue of, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, I did. That fucking line is insane. At number 2, I have Yoda versus Dooku, because I love that fight in Attack of the Clones on whatever planet it is, I forget. But that fight
Geonosis.
is awesome. I think it's peak because that's the first time we get Yoda actually using his saber. After, you get the OGs, all 3 of those. He's just old and dying and passing his wisdom on to Luke, which is incredible too. But his physicality in that fight is insane. And then number 1, I have Anakin versus Obi-Wan on Mustafar, Revenge of the Sith. I mean, it's peak cinema. The story of them missing so many times when they're in the control center, and it's came out that the reason they miss so many times is because they've trained together. They know every move that they're going to make, and they know what's going to happen. So they're just like fucking missing. And I love it. I don't know. It looks stupid kind of, but you're just like, yeah, I don't know that. And then once they start jumping on the lava, all that shit, all followed up by the incredible scene of, I have the high ground. And you underestimate my power. Fucking, it's insane. I love it. That's my favorite one.
That's valid.
Valid take,
See,
sir.
I wasn't aware that we could put TV show battles in this, or my list would have been different. Because I really do love that Vader and Obi-Wan fight. That's one of my favorites that I've seen. Period. So I'm going to give an honorable mention to that. But number 5, I have Yoda versus Sidious, or whatever. I think then whenever he starts spinning those things around, he just starts launching them bitches at him. That's just crazy. And then whenever he first walks in to the room, and he don't even make no effort. He just pushes them and they all fall. I'm like
a boss.
Dude, he don't no effort. Next up, are y'all ready to rattle some feathers? Preferably Tommy's.
Oh yeah.
I got Rey and Finn versus Kylo Ren. I don't know, dude. I liked it. I liked it. The saber's cool. It
does look cool in the snow. I'll give you that. Visually, it's pretty. It's pretty sweet,
dude. It looks awesome. I like
when they start chopping the trees down. That's kind of cool too.
Yeah, that like I said, visually that one's pretty.
I'm telling you, dude. People sleep on it, man. People sleep on it.
Bro, the choreography in the fucking prequels is so much better than anything the sequels ever did. But that's okay. Go ahead.
I'm not mad at that.
The saber choreography.
Wait, what'd you say?
The saber choreography. I mean, Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, they put so much fucking time into that, and they're nuts with sabers, bro.
I agree.
And then
for
I
sure.
feel like in the sequels, they just like it's whatever.
I can see that. I'm not mad at that. But number 3, I got Luke versus Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi. That shit's just awesome. That was definitely my favorite fight scene out of the original trilogy by far. You got dude with his green saber. He kind of turns Darth Vader back, and it's awesome. And then 2, I have Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn versus Darth Maul. Like I said, I love yeah, dude. I love dual. Wait, hold on. Yeah. See, that's a badass shot, dude. That's such a badass shot.
Sorry,
but no, dude. I see. I'm big on the scores. I love the music scores, and especially in like the sequel trilogy. Freaking peak, dude. You get Duel of the Fates, and you get one of the longer lightsaber battles, and it was one of like the first like decently not super high budget, but decently higher quality lightsaber fights, and it's fucking awesome. And then Qui-Gon Jinn dies. Spoiler alert. But number 1, I got Anakin versus Obi-Wan. That is the perfect lightsaber duel. It is the longest lightsaber duel. You get the most iconic lines in the entire franchise. That I think that's more iconic than Luke, I'm your father. I think that's more iconic than that. But no, dude, just the aesthetics, the lava, all of it is just it's peak. And it looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to get a 4K of it just to see the difference. I don't know how much it would change, but dude, it looks so good. I'm glued every single time I watch it.
The 4K versions of all the movies are pretty solid. Even the originals, they look pretty good.
Yeah, I think the only 4K one I have is Rogue One. I think that's the only. Yeah, that's the only 4K one I have, and it looked really good too.
The only 4K I have is Rise of Skywalker.
Hell yeah!
But it was gifted to me, so whatever.
Yeah. All right, my 5 saber duels. Number 5, I got Luke versus Vader in Empire. Classic. I'm your father. All that fun stuff. Number 4, I've got Palpatine versus Mace Windu.
Oh,
that's when we get the fall of Anakin. Just, dude, I love that scene. So sick. Number 3, I got Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon versus Maul. Obviously, in Phantom Menace. Then number 2, I got Luke versus Vader, Return of the Jedi. And number 1, I got Anakin, Obi-Wan, Mustafar.
Unanimous.
Number 1.
Another week, we have another unanimous number 1.
I don't know if anyone would who would put anything above that. I'm trying to think of what would be.
Probably some more of the older heads, the OGs, would probably put.
I don't think so, man. I mean, I'm as old head kind of thought process as there is. I mean, there's some hardcore OG people only, but they're not a lot.
Yeah.
But
I'm thinking of
go
people
back
that
and
were
look
probably like 15 to 20 years old when like A New Hope came out.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, just OG homers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Just look at the originals and then look at what we get later. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, it's just hard to beat that Anakin versus Obi-Wan. You can't really beat that, dude. It's so good. All right, you guys ready for top 5 lightsabers?
Let's do it. I'm going to piss people off with this one, too.
All right. Well, I'm going to go first so you can go last. Is that cool? All right. Top 5 lightsabers. Number 5, I got Qui-Gon. Number 4, I got Luke, Return of the Jedi saber. Number 3, I got Palpatine. Number 2, I got Dooku. And number 1, I got Maul. I'm red and green all the way, man, on saber colors.
Not mad at
I feel like
that.
most of my lists I've leaned more towards the light side on everything, but on my saber list, it definitely goes more dark side. Number 5, I have Kylo Ren's. I think he has a badass saber. I love the two little daggers that come out of the handle. Those are awesome. Number 4, I've got Luke Skywalker, Return of the Jedi, green. 3, I have Anakin's. 2, Dooku's. I love the curved look and the way he just puts that bitch out. And 1, I have Darth Maul.
Damn, we were pretty close.
Pretty valid.
We're pretty close. Maul's saber is fucking fire, dude. Double
Dude.
saber.
Yeah.
It's like 2 foot long. Just like, oh, yeah.
So
Pretty sick.
My number 5, I have Anakin's from Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, whatever. 4, I have Darth Vader's lightsaber. 3, I have Mace Windu's lightsaber, the purple one.
Ooh. Yeah.
2, I have Darth Maul. And then 1, I have Kylo Ren's.
Oh.
Dude, I like it, dude. I like that it comes out on the sides. That shit just looks freaking awesome, dude.
It's pretty cool.
Especially in Force Awakens, bro. I've been glazing the fuck out of Kylo Ren, dude. I don't know why.
I remember watching that when the Force Awakens trailer first dropped, and like everyone was watching it, and it's that because it does the first thing first, and then the sides pop out, and everyone was so torn at first. Everyone's like, "Oh, what? What is that?"
They're like, why does it do that?
It's cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
I like that he actually utilizes it. Like he utilizes the little one, like thing. It's not just like aesthetic.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, and there's actual lore to it too. Now, like the fact that it's an ancient lightsaber design is pretty dope. Like that's cool.
I think these were pretty solid lists. I like that y'all included Darth Maul. He's got a badass saber.
I'll do some honorable mentions that aren't movies. Lightsabers. I would do Ahsoka's. Her two white ones.
Yeah,
are sick. Ezra Bridger's is kind of dope. It's like it's got the pistol built into it.
Yeah.
So you can shoot the laser, and that's pretty cool. I'm trying to think. Revan. Revan's my all-time number 1 favorite Star Wars character of all time. Darth Revan. And he's got a purple and a red. He does 2 lightsabers. Dude.
But that is.
Dude. So his story is just peak. It's kind of like Anakin's. Like he was a Jedi. Him and Malik were Jedis during the Jedi Mandalorian War.
Yeah.
And it was the Jedis versus the Mandalorians like back thousands of years ago. Anyway, him and Malik were like the generals, and all these Jedi were down on Mandalore fighting the Mandalorians, and they were like getting their asses kicked. And Revan was like, the only way we're gonna win this is if we just completely destroy the entire planet right now. And so they did that, and they killed all the Jedi and like all the Mandalore. They didn't completely destroy Mandalore, but you know what I mean. They killed everyone that was on it, basically. And so the Jedi Council at the time was like, yeah, you can't do that. You guys are Jedi. And so they banished him and Malik, and they went off into like the Outer Rim, like way past any known stuff, way out there. And they found this Sith Lord, and the Sith Lord corrupted both of them. And they found this thing called the Star Forge. Anyway, basically, it's pretty dope. And then the Jedi actually board a ship with Revan and Malik and beat the shit out of Revan and almost kill him. And they bring him back to the council, and the council wipe his memory to where he wakes up and he doesn't know who the hell he is. He doesn't know he's a Jedi. He doesn't remember anything. And so they try to like retrain him back up as a Jedi. It's pretty sick, dude.
That sounds cool.
And that's the whole game of Knights of the Old Republic, by the way. So you play as Revan the whole time, and you don't realize it till like midway, kind of towards the end, that you're Revan.
Yeah.
And the whole time you're playing the game, you're making choices, good or light side or dark side choices. And it determines the ending. So at the end of the game, you're either you either go back dark side Revan, or you just go back to being a Jedi. It's sick, dude. I love his storyline. He's a badass Jedi.
And he has like a buzz cut.
No, here.
Oh, I might be thinking of a different character from a video game.
This is Darth Revan.
Okay. Yeah,
This is the
I
hot
fuck with
toy.
that hard. Yeah, dude, that goes
Oh, okay.
crazy.
Dude, he's so sick, dude. So
is he in anything? Like in any of the?
No, so he was actually in a deleted scene of the Clone Wars. There's a scene where I think it's Yoda, if I'm I can't remember, but Yoda's talking to. He goes to God, I can't remember the name of the planet now. It's where the Sith Korriban, or it used to be Morban, but now it's Korriban, whatever. Anyway, that's the Sith planet, and that's where like the Sith Academy and all that stuff was back in the day. And that's where all the Sith temples are and all the ancient knowledge and everything's there. And Yoda goes there in the Clone Wars for some reason. I can't remember why. And Revan's ghost appears, and like Bane and a couple other Jedi or Sith, like their ghost appears, and he's like talking to him. But they never released the episode, but they released the behind the scenes of it unfinished. So it's like crappy animation.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that was the only time he's been in it. And I think I can't even remember if they mention him. Okay, so you know the crystal? Oh shit, what was it? In the sequels? The on the necklace?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm having a massive brain fart right now. But everyone there for a while was theorizing that was one of Revan's crystals. And then that he may have been introduced but nope, none of that happened. But that was a theory for a long time, was like we were like, yeah, we're getting Revan, but we didn't. It was sad.
That'd be cool though. That'd be a cool concept.
I wish. I kind of don't want them to do it now because I think they would ruin it. But there for a while, the guys that did Game of Thrones,
yeah,
the directors. So when the last season was getting ready to come out of Game of Thrones, I think they had a contract with Disney, and they were going to do a Old Republic TV show.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, it would have been sick, but the way they did, the way season 8 ended on Game of Thrones, and how the way Disney was going at the time, like I think everything kind of fell apart. I'm kind of glad it did it now, but I think if they could find someone to do a really good Old Republic TV show, I think they may be able to save it. Yeah, I would have been happy. Oh, I was going to tell you, you guys need to watch. So you're talking about Obi-Wan's your favorite TV show?
Yeah.
Tommy?
Yep.
So that scene, him and Obi-Wan are fighting, and he cuts half his mask off. That scene was originally in Rebels.
Oh, okay.
Season 2. Yeah, season finale, season 2. Because you guys know who Ahsoka is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, did you watch season 7 of Clone Wars? Yeah, did you watch season 7 of Clone Wars?
No.
Like that whole ending, how all that went down? Okay, so I can't remember, season 5 or season 6, she left the Jedi Order. Ahsoka did. Like they kicked her out. And then they were like, oh, you can come back. And she's like, no, you guys didn't believe me, so I'm gone. I'm leaving the Jedi Order. And she went off and did her own thing. Anyway, season 7, she comes back because Anakin asked her to come back. And she goes to Mandalore to try to get, because during Revenge of the Sith, the movie, Maul is in charge of Mandalore, and he's in charge of all the Mandalorians and shit. And then a whole bunch of shit happens. So anyway, there's a scene where her and Anakin are talking in season 7 of Rebels, and then they split up, and that's the last time they ever see each other before Order 66 happens. And
oh shit.
And then Rebels, she's older Ahsoka, and she doesn't know Anakin's still alive, like at all. And then she starts figuring out that Vader's Anakin. and they have this like dope fight scene in Rebels at the end of season 2 where she realizes it's Anakin and they're fighting, and she's like, anyway, she cuts the mask off halfway, and then it has that like super emotional like where she realizes it's Anakin again, like and he's like talking to her, and she's like apologizing like Obi-Wan did, and it does the whole voice thing where it's back and forth between Anakin and Vader's voice, and dude, it's so fucking good. Like I cried in that scene. I didn't cry in the Obi-Wan show, but I cried in the freaking cartoon. It was super. You need to watch that, man, because season 2, it's all so Maul's back, and Maul is like training Ezra to kind of be a little dark side.
Yeah.
So you get Maul trying to find Obi-Wan, and you get Ahsoka fighting Vader for the first time. And then I think it may have been, I don't know if it's season 2, I think it's season 3 of Rebels where Obi-Wan kills Maul. Like you actually get to see the final battle where Maul finds him on Tatooine in the desert.
Yeah. All that's been spoiled to me already, but
yeah, it's pretty epic, dude. Because Obi-Wan straight up, the fight, it's super short, but Maul tries to do, Obi-Wan lets him set up the same attack that he did on Qui-Gon that killed Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
And so Maul goes to do that same move to kill Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan set him up and kills him.
Hell yeah.
That's what my buddy was telling me the other day. He said that pissed him off more than anything.
Really?
That fight scene was, yeah, he said that fight scene was not 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah, it was super quick, but rightfully so. I mean, it's peak Obi-Wan at that point. Well, I guess unless you watch the show Obi-Wan and he's a bitch. Well, what is it with Disney and making the OG characters lame?
Or even the new characters like Kylo Ren.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on.
I might not be done with Star Wars then, dude. I might have to go through and watch all this stuff.
Dude,
I haven't seen the Clone Wars. I've seen the first 2 or 3 seasons. But
yeah,
I hear that it picks up after like the first 3 seasons. So that's when it like kicks off and gets dark and crazy.
Yeah. Okay, here. I gotta share my screen with you guys. Brain is a complete brain fart right now.
I'm gonna give it some months before I watch anything Star Wars.
All right, you ready?
This is Rebels.
Yeah, dude. Listen to this, dude. Sam Witwer does the voice for Maul. If you didn't know who that was, that's who.
I'll talk with that.
That's who the voice actor is for Maul. Dude, he's such a good Maul. And he actually, what's his nuts, played the live action Maul again. The guy that did it in episode 1.
Yeah.
He did it in Solo also, but just the physical form. And Sam Witwer did the voice in Solo for Maul, like he does for the cartoon. That. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Sam Witwer is kind of the GOAT.
That's fitting since he doesn't have any dialogue in episode 1.
He does, but it's not
just with him and Palpatine, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Last we will reveal ourselves.
Yeah. But the whole fight, he's just like quiet.
Yeah.
Just giving off aura. I'm just like, this guy's badass.
Usually in movies and shows, I hate when they bring back characters that were killed off. But thank God they brought Maul back, dude. He's one of the best characters in Star Wars. Like,
I just haven't seen enough of him. I haven't seen enough of him.
Dude, yeah, he comes back in Clone Wars, and he's in Clone Wars, he's in Rebels. Dude, yeah, the new show is gonna be epic.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for that.
So good. They fully fleshed out his character in the shows. So now you kind of got that, what you didn't get in episode 1, where he's just like a cool side guy. Right. like Boba Fett was. That show was awful. Boba Fett show. Book of Boba Fett.
I haven't heard good things.
Not good. Did you
like
it?
I watched it. I thought it was okay, but I feel like people glaze Andor too much.
Yeah. I'll fully admit I have not watched Andor.
I watched season 1.
And
I didn't care for it so much that I haven't even watched season 2. But everybody's like, "Oh, this is peak Star Wars and peak cinema," and I'm just like, I mean, I get maybe it's because you know that they die at the end of Rogue One, and I'm just like, I don't. It's just another backstory to me. I'm just like, nah.
But I'm also in the same boat of I need lightsabers and shit. I need Jedi. I need Sith. Like Rogue One was the exception, and it was lightning in a bottle, and Andor was just trying to take that magic, I think, and
Yeah.
recreate it. And a lot of people liked it. I've heard it's good. I just have no desire to.
I mean, it's good. Like the first season, it is good. It's good,
Yeah.
but it's just not. People glaze it.
It looks boring as hell.
Yeah.
So hold on. What about Mandalorian though? Isn't that the same concept? No Jedi's, no.
No.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian season 1 and season 2 are really good. Season 3 was not good.
Mando's good.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Mando season 1 and 2, you need to watch that.
Pedro Pascal.
Pretty solid. It's got this little guy,
Baby Yoda.
which I really don't care for. This is a really comfy hoodie. He's just kind of annoying after a while. Like they literally just made him to sell merchandise, which is fine. It's just, I don't know. Like I said, season 1, season 2 is really good.
I'll check it out at some point, I'm sure.
So normally we show off our physical media of what the topic of we're talking about. I don't have much when I went on my little hissy fit rampage and sold all of it. I got some, but not a lot.
So what, like Star Wars physical media? I mean, I have all the movies set up here, but I mean, this is about the only one that matters.
See, I used to have that.
Is this box set? That's the only one that I think matters.
Got Star Wars
Force Awakens
1, 2, and 3 on Blu-ray. Rogue One on Blu-ray, 4, 5, and 6, Force Awakens, and then Rise of Skywalker. I only have Last Jedi on DVD, so I streamed that one when I watched it.
Yeah.
But that's all my disc. And then I do have
streamed something?
C-3PO from Force Awakens with the red on.
That's cool.
I found this at a yard sale for like $1. I was like, give me that.
That's cool. Yeah, I've got my OG. Remember this box set I got with my dad?
Oh, yeah.
This is it.
That's the same one?
Yep, same one.
That's awesome, dude.
I'll never get rid of it just because of the memory, but.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I have episode 1 and 2 on DVD. I don't know where my third one is on DVD. And then I used to have all the Blu-ray steelbooks for all 6 movies, but all I have is Revenge of the Sith, which is the only one that matters.
I have the 4, 5, and 6 Star Wars DVD trilogy as well.
Nice. And then I got Rebels season 1 and 2 because this is the best thing Disney's made besides Rogue One, in my opinion, because this came out right when Disney bought it. So it was probably already in production, so I won't give them too much credit, but but it's really good.
Yeah, I look forward to watching Rebels. It's going to be a while, but yeah.
Yeah, give it some time, but I do recommend it. Very good, very good. Well, are you guys excited for Mando and Grogu movie? Are you going to go see it in theaters, or are you going to kind of wait?
Oh, I'll definitely watch it in theaters, and it'll be in IMAX too. I got to get caught up.
Yeah, you kind of
because there's a lot of release date.
It's June or July, maybe. I'm pretty sure it's June or July.
Throw that out there.
Yeah, May 22nd of this year. So we got a little bit of time. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Like if you want the full kind of experience, I guess, or if you don't want to be kind of confused with Mando, you do need to watch Clone Wars because there's a lot of characters in Mando that are in Clone Wars, and if you don't watch it, you're kind of like, who are these people? So, but
I don't feel like it would take like a super long time to get through the Clone Wars.
No, they're like 15-20 minute episodes.
But there's a lot of fucking episodes.
There's a shitload of episodes.
There's a lot of episodes.
There is a list if you Google it. I can't remember what it's called, but it does have all the episodes that are actual like storyline moving episodes, and it takes out all the filler episodes. So if you want to do that, you can do that, because there are a lot of filler episodes where you're like, this does absolutely nothing for anything. It's just some random ass side quest story. So I would recommend doing that for sure. Well, fellas, that was our Star Wars episode. I don't feel like the takes were as hot as some of our takes in the past, except for fucking Solo being dead last. That's kind of rough.
I feel like I'm like having to defend the fucking sequels for some reason.
I will say, I mean, I'm not mad. I mean, all the movies technically are worse than the 6 OG movies, but
yeah, I mean,
I'll
if you
give
look
you-
at my list, I had them all
yeah,
lowest other than Solo,
yeah, for sure.
but
I
feel
just
like
don't think
I
it was as
rewatched
bad.
Solo,
no,
Tommy.
did not.
You
It's the
didn't
only one
rewatch
that
it?
I didn't watch. No,
Why? That's why you have
Just-
it ranked so low.
I don't think so.
I don't know,
I watched
man.
it like
'Cause
last
that
year.
was my first time watching it. Was the other day, whenever I had like
Really?
my little off day, and I watched 7 of the movies in a day.
Mhm. Yeah.
That was one of the ones that I watched,
Nice.
and I really enjoyed it.
Hell yeah.
I rewatched
Yes.
it like last year, so it was still fresh, but still stupid.
God, you've been
Forgot.
on my ass, dude, this whole episode.
I forgot the most important news of the whole year that I should have said at the beginning of the episode. Cobra Kai's getting a box set.
Dude, I know, and it looks so good too.
It does look good.
It looks
I'm a
so,
little-
It releases in March.
I'm a little pissed. Yeah, March 3rd is the release date, by the way, whoever wants Cobra Kai. I'm a little pissed it's Blu-ray and DVD only. They're not doing a 4K, which is ridiculous, but
Which
I'll
most
take it.
shows, though, they don't
I
really
know.
do 4K with TV shows. They did like Game of Thrones.
they
and
do
stuff
Game
like
of Thrones, they did Fallout, they did I mean, there's a lot. Like Friends has a 4K set now.
Friends?
Yeah.
Really? That's kind of, I don't really see the point of that, but
Dude,
whatever
Friends
floats
was
their
like
boat, I guess.
Friends was like one of the biggest shows ever.
I've never.
But there's
I've
nothing
seen,
that you
like,
need to see in
clips.
4K.
I've seen clips of Friends, but I've never like sat down and watched any full episode of Friends.
It's good. That's my
It
wife's
is more-
favorite.
It's pretty good.
I was
show.
more of like that 70s show, How I Met Your Mother, and stuff like that.
Yeah, Friends was quite a bit before that, though. Friends was like Frasier and God, I can't even think of it right now. But that was kind of that time frame. A little bit before. Tommy probably wasn't even born yet when Friends was out.
Garen's younger than me.
What,
You're
by
both young.
You're what? I'm 27. I'm about to be 28.
I'm 30.
Yeah.
Turned
That's
31
like the
this
same,
year.
That's like
But
the
yeah,
same
y'all are the
thing.
only old heads in here.
Nah.
I
Were you
still haven't hit that dirty 30 mark yet.
Were you born before 9/11 or after 9/11? That's my kind of
That's the
mark
cutoff.
of, yeah. Like if you weren't at school, remember watching that on TV, then you're too young.
Yeah, I was
Well,
3 years old.
he was born,
so-
but he wasn't at school.
I was 3 years old.
I was in 6th grade.
6th grade?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I was 6
Tommy,
years
you
old.
would have been in elementary school.
Yeah.
Probably like
Yeah,
I mean, I
kindergarten.
remember
first
it.
grade.
Yeah. I just didn't know what grade that was, but yeah, 6 years old. Stay tuned for our 9/11 episode where we talk.
We rank our Jesus
Hey.
Christ. Well, it was a good run, boys. We got 4 episodes.
sure.
Listen, we all like dark humor. Okay, it's 25 years ago. Calm down.
We should do a Snyder episode, like a Zack Snyder episode, and talk about how fucking shitty they are. How every one of the movies suck, besides like Justice League.
Yeah.
That
I don't know.
we would get flamed.
Dude,
At least
yeah.
I would.
Yeah, we'll
'Cause-
have to come up with. We'll have to
'cause-
figure out a next week's episode off air, probably. This one was pretty dedicated to Star Wars. We didn't really venture off like we normally do.
I'm not mad
So,
at it. It was a good episode. Almost 2 hours, dude. Holy.
yeah, thanks for letting me vent. Sorry, guys. I was
You're good.
very passionate at one point. No, I don't care. Hey, if you want to know, it's 4 degrees in my house.
See, that is crazy.
-11 wind chill. Bear. All right. You wanna take us out of here, Tommy?
Yeah, so that is it for episode 4 of 3 Large Popcorns. A lot of Star Wars talk. I'm gonna not be watching Star Wars for a long time. But we had some great takes, some horrible takes, mostly by Garen. We appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for all the love. We just hit 200 followers on TikTok. Keep subbing to the YouTube. Thank you guys so much for all the love, and we'll see you on episode 5.
See you guys.
See you. Peace.
Peace.